I welcome you to Physicut Fashioners channel. I'm your favorite sewing instructor, Madam Fola. Today I will show you how to cut and sew this beautiful dress with one side coat shoulder. In this tutorial, I made it with one short sleeve the way it is in the thumbnail. My clients loved it, but we decided it will look more elegant with the two sleeves long. We used Princess Dart method. Subscribe and like this video, then sit back and watch to the end. Let's get started. And I have here with me this African print Ankara of like 6 years, but I'll be making use of like 4 years out of it for this dress, a long straight dress. And I'll be using this net lace to beautify the one side of the dress. A yard of this net is okay. And I have here with me cotton lining of about 3 yards. In the course of the class, I'll be showing you the applique we are going to be using to decorate that front part. Let's get started. I've come with my basic bodice pattern for this project. This is my starting point, my shoulder length. From there, I have 17.5 as the waistline. I have 9 inches as my chest line, 10.5 as the bust point. Under bust length is 14 inches. Then the shoulder length is 14 divided by 4, gives me 7 inches. I measure it here as well for the chest line, 7 inches. Then I connect it with a straight ruler, which will serve as my armhole line. And the wideness of the neckline is 3 inches and the depth is 4 inches. Then I connect it with my French cuff. Let's move on from there. So I get my shoulder slope of 1 inch. I connect it to my shoulder width. I get the bust measurement. The bust circumference we are working with is 34. I divide it by 4. It gives me 8.5. I mark 8.5 on the chest line. I come to this armhole line. I measure from the shoulder slope to this end. What I have here is 8 inches. I get the midpoint of it, which is 4 inches. I mark it. Then I step inward with a 3/4, 0.75. So then I use that to connect. I use my French cuff to connect from the shoulder slope to that 0.75 here, then to the bust measurements, just the way you see me doing. So by so doing, we are able to get our armhole line. Then we move to the bust point to get our bust pan. The bust pan we are working with is 7 inches. I divide it by 2, give me 3.5. I measure 3.5 here. When I get to the under bust length, I reduce that 3.5 with half of an inch. Then I get 3 inches. I come to the waistline. I get 3 inches as well. Then I connect it. So having done that, I grab my French cuff to connect from this bust point to this 3/4, that is 0.75, that will come in with the. So trying to form my Princess Dart. Yeah, I'll be able to form my Princess Dart, but it's not end there. We come to this under bust length. We step inward with 1.5. We do the same thing at the waistline, 1.5. Then we connect it with straight ruler. Then I grab my curve rule to connect from the bust point to this end. Yeah. So we are trying to form our cup. I use 1.5 here because we are dealing with a smaller size or small bust, that is 34 inches. dealing with 32 inches, 34 inches, we use 1.5 here. If you are dealing with a bust 36 to like 42, use 2 inches here. From like 44 upward, use 2.5 here. So let's move on. Then I come to this point, I step down with a 3/4, that is 0.75. I step upward with a 3/4 as well, 0.75 up, 0.75 down. Then I connect it to this bust point again, just this way. I do the same thing here. I connect it. Yeah. Having done that, I get what I have. The total of what I have here is a 1.5. So that 1.5, I bring it here. I step out with 1.5 from this point. I step out with 1.5. Mark it. Then you connect it again. Yeah. So the reason why we are doing this is because by the time we cut this princess down and we are joining it back, it will be shorter here. If this 1.5 is not added, it will be shorter to this. So but with this now, by the time you are joining it together, it will rhyme. Then this same 1.5, you bring it to the ball to the chest line, you add it 1.5. Then you grab your French curve to connect it again. By so doing, you are getting new armhole cuff. So this is our new armhole cuff now. Hope you understand to this level. So then we come to the under bust length. We get the under bust circumference. The under bust circumference we are working with is 28 divided by 4, give us 7 inches. We mark 7 inches. We return this 1.5 we are having inside there. We come to the waistline. The waistline we are working, the waist circumference we are working with is 30. We divide it by 4, give us 7.5. We get it, then we return this 1.5. Then we connect it. We connect the bust from the bust to the under bust. Then from the under bust to the waist. Yes. By so doing, we've been able to get our cup. Let's just blend this region because it's not meant to be sharp. Before we cut it out, we come to this bust point. We step down with 1.5. We want to get our bust dart. So on this 1.5, we get it this way. Then from there we step out with like a half of an inch. So then we connect it to the bust point, trying to get our bust darts. Then we connect from the bust again to this 1.5. Let me just connect direct to the under bust. Yeah. So we want to cut now. But mind you, no seam allowance has been added to this work. And mind you, my pattern paper is on fold. I get it on fold because of the work we want to do on this region after cutting it out. That is for coast soda stuff. I close my darts, I bust darts. I will just be taking care of only one. Let me reconnect it. we have business with just one of this. Let me get away with the other one. Continue. With this, it says that is formed. So the next thing is to move to the cold shoulder parts. Now we want to take care of the back cut of our dress before we move on to the cold shoulder aspect of it. So, and here I have my back pattern, back bodice pattern. So here I have 16 inches. This is my starting point. My half back is 16 inches. You know, for the front we use 17.5 as our half waistline, but later on we reduce the side by getting our bust dart. We got the bust dart of 1.5, so reducing that 17.5 to 16 inches. So that is why we're having 16 inches length for the back half back. So our chest line remains 9 inches. Then we have a bust point of 10.5. So the bust point is just to get our dart for the back. We don't really need a bust point for the back, but to achieve our dart for the back. So we have the shoulder length remain 7 inches. Then we have 1 inch. We first of all measure 1 inch as our zipper allowance and rule it down. So we get our armhole here. We measure 7 inches here, 7 inches here. We connect it with straight through, just the way we did in the front. So the only thing that changes the depth of our neckline. The wideness remains the same, 3 inches, but the depth is 1.5. Then we connect it. We have our shoulder slope of 1 inch. So then we have a bust span of 3.5, 7 divided by 2. 3.5 here, 3.5 here. We connect it with straight ruler. So let's just get our bust circumference divided by 4. 34 divided by 4 give us 8.5. We get our 8.5 on the chest line. Then we come to the armhole line after the shoulder slope. This is 8 inches. We get the midpoint, which is 4 inches. So we step inward on this midpoint with just 1 centimeter. It's not up to half. We mark it. Then we connect it. Just this way. We connect it from the shoulder slope to this 1 centimeter, then to the bust measurement. That is for the back armhole. Then we move to this bust span. We come to the left and to the right with half of an inch, half an inch. Then we connect it to this end. We connect it. Having done that, we grab our cuff to connect. We are trying to get our princess dart for the back. So from here, from this, and you connect to this midpoint, just the way you see me doing. Oh, beg your pardon. So ignore this. Then on this very point, we step down with half an inch, we step up with half an inch. Then we reconnect, just the way you see me doing. Then we reconnect to this one as well. When you measure what you're having inside here now is 1 inch. So this 1 inch, you return it to this by measuring 1 inch from this, just this way. 1 inch. We are trying to get our new armhole, so you reconnect it. You don't have any business with this. So this 1 inch, we return it to this side of the bust measurement. Then we connect, trying to get our new armhole now for the back. This is our new armhole for the back. So we just come straight to the half length to get our waist measurement of a 30 inches divided 30 inches divided by 4 give us 7.5. Then we return this 1 inch. We come to the zipper allowance region. We step in with half an inch. We want to shape the center back to avoid the zipper budging. So from the chest line, we step up with 2 inches. Then we connect to the half an inch. Yeah. So this has been reduced with half an inch now. So this half an inch that we remove from this place, we return it half an inch. We return the half an inch. So from the bust chest line now, we connect from the chest line to the waist line, just the way you see me do. Yeah. So this is it. We are good to cut it now. I think everything has been taken care of. I told you the back pattern is on fold as well, because of the cold shoulder stuff we want to achieve. So let's just cut. This is the back cut. Don't really have business with this. This is what we have business with. So this back cut now, half an inch will be added here. Half an inch will be added here. Half an inch. Half an inch. This throughout here, half an inch will be added. Yeah. Then for the side, for this armhole, half an inch will be added. Half an inch. For the side seam, 1 inch side seam. So that is for the back. Even for the front, half an inch will be added here. This is the center front. Half an inch will be added here. Half an inch. Half an inch will be added here. 1 inch side seam. Half an inch will be added here. Half an inch. Half an inch will be added at the down part here. Yes, half an inch will be added at the down part. Yeah, half an inch. So those are the area that seam allowance and joining allowance will be added to for the back and for the front. This is back cut. The back cut and the back pattern and the front pattern. The next thing is to move straight to the cold shoulder part. Now let's move straight to the cold shoulder part of this our dress. And to achieve that, you open up your pattern, the center front. Then you come to this region. You measure 2 inches at the shoulder line here. So you place your cuff rule. You want to, before you place it, get like 2 inches around here as well. 2 inches. When you measure it, it's like a 5.5 inches interval. So you connect it. Let me use a contrast marker to achieve this. You connect. Yeah. Then this which we are having here, where our princess that is connected here, this is where we have it here. So you want to connect from here to this end now. I'll just connect from here to this end, just the way you see me doing it. Yeah, this is going to serve as a coat shoulder now, because this is what we are going to cut out. By the time we are cutting our shoulder, by the time we are cutting our sleeve, we ensure that it's aligned to this very one. Which will cut it together. Let me just cut out this. Yeah, this is it. All this place, half an inch will be added. Half an inch will be added when we are cutting out our fabric. All this region, half an inch will be added. You add half an inch just this way, and half an inch will be here as well. So that is for the front. So let's take care of the coat shoulder for the back. Now to cut the coat shoulder for the back now, this is the way it's supposed to be on their self. So all you do is that you match this shoulder length, you match it together with your pin. So then you trace it out this way. So don't mind this excess you are seeing, back cut is different to the front. In the front we step inward with 3/4, while for the back we step inward with just 1 centimeter. So that is the excess you are seeing here. So we want to trace it out. So make sure you match it together very well. Yeah, that's how you get the coat shoulder for the back. So, and when you are cutting out your fabric, ensure that you let it align. Don't let the back cut miss that of the front, the way it's supposed to face themselves. So when you are cutting out your fabric, I will show you how it should look when I cut out. So I use this pattern to cut out my fabric. So that is it. So let me just go and use this pattern to cut out my fabric. This is where I will stop this class. In my next class, I will be showing you the cutting part and the joining of the fabric. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.